Other things that have happened that I don't quite understand. There goes the mail. I was in a license renewal program in California. I'd had my license for quite a few years and was looking at practicing in California. So I took a license review to bone up so that I could pass the exam, which I eventually did. Never practiced there, but that's a whole other story. In the class, there was a woman that I noticed. When people are on crutches, I get curious. Some as a physician, some as just, wondering if it's karmic, if they injured themselves as a child. At any rate, at one point I went out to talk to this woman, and she had turquoise jewelry on, and I think a bearskin vest, some kind of a natural skin vest. And I asked her what her name was, and I'm going to have to change this a little bit because I don't want to offend anybody. But she said her name was Star, and that her real given name was Marie, but she went by Star. And I said, okay, Marie, I got that. And I know I'm a smartass. I know that I should have said Star instead of Marie, but I was with my study buddy from Chicago. He wanted to practice out there. And we were standing talking to her, and somehow the conversation turned to malpractice insurance. And she said that she wasn't going to carry malpractice insurance because she believed what Dr. So-and-so, I forget his name, said, that if you love your patients, they will love you back and they won't even think about suing you. Which there's a certain, I agree with that. I said, well, that's true, and that's how I practiced. I've been practicing for 10 years now. And I said, particularly my female patients, I have them take all their clothes off, and I love them as much as I can while on the table. Of course, that's a fallacy, and maybe a fantasy of mine, I don't know. But what happened next was really peculiar. The next thing I knew, I was choking to death. It was like somebody hit me right there, and I was literally choking to death. I was scared. I couldn't take a breath in. I broke out into a sweat immediately. I was tears running out of my eyes. I'm staggering around the lobby of this hotel. And I finally staggered to where I bumped into the wall behind me. And it startled me, and I could take a breath. And when I finally could look around, having caught my breath, my study buddy was sitting on a couch. He had found a couch, and I looked at him, and he was real red in the face and tears and sweating. And he said, what happened? I said, well, I think I pissed her off. And this doctor was cripping down on her crutches, cripping away from two men choking to death. So I have to presume that she kind of knew what she was doing, although that's a whole other bone of contention. I don't know whether that's true or not. But the follow-up, you think about it and it kind of passes, and maybe it didn't happen, maybe it did happen. But a couple of weeks later, I was to a friend of mine who was also a chiropractor. We rode horses together and stuff, a lady chiropractor. And she was scanning my body. She would do this ethereal scan of some sort, and she got here, and she started pulling, and that same sensation came back. I started choking and stuff, and I thought, I'm going to punch her, because she was close enough. And just as I was really going to haul off because I couldn't breathe again, she went like that, and the sensation, she said, oh, look at that. And I see what I'm seeing right now sticking out of my hands, nothing. And she went, she said, an arrow. She said, who did you piss off? And real just curious about it. I know people impact each other. I know sometimes it's not good. I know that if somebody is very unhappy, they may go to great lengths to take your happiness away. And if you don't take responsibility for your happiness, you may lose it. Have a fun day.